Today we will learn about the addition of vectors. There are three basic laws for the addition of the vectors. First law is triangle law, second law is parallelogram law, and the third law is polygon law. Since vector is a quantity which has magnitude as well as direction, so we cannot add it like 2 plus 3 is equals to 5. We also need to consider the direction. So first of all, by using the triangle law, if first vector is given like this is A vector and this one is B vector, we have to add both of them. Then what is triangle law? Triangle law says that if two vectors can be represented by two sides of the triangle taken in the same order, means if these two vectors can represent the sides of the triangle, then their resultant will be the third side of the triangle in the opposite order. So if this is a vector and this is a B vector, and if I can arrange them in the continuous sides of a triangle, suppose I am shifting A vector from here to here such that A and B will behave as the sides of the triangle and the starting point of A is connected with the ending point of B, then this is B vector and this is A vector. I have shifted A vector from here to here, so the situation will be like this. Now A vector's head is connected with B vector's tail, so their addition will be the third side of the triangle. The third side of the triangle, this will be their addition. And what will be its direction? Its direction will be opposite order, means A vector is going from here to here, then this is B, this should be their resultant, but it is in opposite order, so their resultant will be this is R vector, or I can write it as R vector is equals to A vector plus B vector. This is triangle law. One more example of it. Let this is P vector and this is Q vector, and I want to find their addition. Then by using the parallelogram law, by using the triangle law, what I can do, I can shift any of the two vectors. I am shifting Q vector from here to here. So what will be the P vector? P vector will be, this is P vector and Q is shifted here, so this is Q vector, and the R vector will be the closing side of this triangle. This will be the R vector in the opposite direction, means Q plus P will be this one is R vector, or I can write it as R vector is equals to P vector plus Q vector, or R vector is equals to Q vector plus P vector. Both are correct. Now second law is parallelogram law. According to this law, if two vectors can be represented by two adjacent sides of the parallelogram such that their starting point is common, then their resultant will be the diagonal starting from that point. So what I have told that, if let's take this example once again. If this is A vector and this one is B vector, and I want to add them by using the parallelogram law. So what I have to do, I have to arrange these two vectors such that they will represent the sides of a parallelogram such that they are having a common initial point. So I am shifting A vector here and B vector here. Now they have common starting point, and I can also say that they are forming an imaginary parallelogram. So their resultant will be the diagonal starting from that common point only. So this will be their resultant. This will be r vector, or I can write it as r vector is equals to a vector plus b vector. You can see that the direction of r vector by using triangle law for this particular situation is same as by using the parallelogram law. R vector is going in this direction, and here also r vector is going in this direction. So answer will be same, either we use triangle law or we use parallelogram law. Again, for the next same problem, this one, q vector is here, this one is q vector, and this one is p vector. What I have to do, I have to shift these vectors such that they represent the sides of parallelogram. So I am shifting p vector here, this one is p vector, and q vector here, this one is q vector. And now I have to draw an imaginary parallelogram. This is the imaginary parallelogram. So the resultant of these two vectors will be their addition, and its direction will be their diagonal, and its direction will be starting from this common point only. So this will be the diagonal, and it will be the r vector, or I can write here r vector is equals to p vector plus q vector. Again, the resultant of this situation is downwards, and in this situation it is also downwards. We have used triangle law here, and we have used parallelogram law here. Now for the polygon law, what is polygon law? It says that if there are many vectors and they can be represented by the sides of open polygon taken in the same order, then their resultant will be the closing side of the polygon taken in the opposite order. Means if I have one vector a vector here, then another b vector here, then c vector, d vector, and I have to add all of them, then I am using polygon law for it. So first of all I will arrange all of them by making a polygon in the continuous order. Let keep a vector here, shifted b vector towards this side, shifted c vector slightly downwards, d vector keeping same. Then these are the sides of continuous polygon. This side will be the resultant, and it should be in opposite order. So r vector is this. Hence I can say that r vector is equals to a vector plus b vector plus c vector plus d vector. So this is the polygon law. Now we will prove polygon law by using the triangle law. Suppose these are the some vectors. This one is a vector in this direction, b vector is in this direction, c vector is in this direction, and d vector is in this direction, and we have to find its resultant by using the polygon law. So what we have to do, we have to arrange them in the order such that it all represents the sides of open polygon. So let OP, this one is a vector, and b vector is PQ. Similarly this one is C vector, and this one is D vector. So according to polygon law, what will be its resultant? Its resultant will be the closing side of the polygon in the opposite direction. This one means OT vector, or I can say this one will be the R vector, and this resultant should be equal to a vector plus b vector plus c vector plus d vector. We will prove it by using the triangle law. So in triangle OPQ, in triangle OPQ, what I can write? I can write it as OQ q vector will be equal to OP vector plus PQ vector. This OQ vector, this one, will be equal to OP vector plus PQ vector, or I can write it as A vector plus B vector. Now in triangle OQS, what I can write? OS vector. This vector will be equal to OQ vector plus QS vector. What is the value of OQ vector? OQ vector here is A vector plus B vector. So OQ will be equal to A vector plus B vector, and QS is equal to C vector. So OS will be equal to A plus B plus C. This one is OS and this one is equal to A plus B plus C. Now finally in triangle OST, I can write OT vector is equals to OS vector plus ST vector. So what is OS vector? OS vector is A plus B plus C. A vector plus B vector plus C vector plus D vector. And what is ST vector? ST vector is D vector, and OS vector was A plus B plus C. So what is OT? OT is R vector, and this one is A vector plus B vector plus C vector plus D vector. And by polygon law, it is also said that if we sum the sides of the polygon taken in the order such as they are the vectors, then their resultant vector will be the closing side in the opposite direction. So R vector is equals to A vector plus B vector plus C vector plus D vector.